Somewhere between the day you just lived and the sleep waiting to take you, there is a frequency. You won't find it on any dial. It doesn't broadcast on a schedule. It comes when the hour is late and the lights are low, and you are ready to go somewhere without leaving where you are. This is the midnight frequency. What follows are radio dramas, some set in the smoky, rain-soaked world of the old golden age, where private detectives walked dark streets and every shadow had a secret. Some take place closer to now, some venture further out, into times and places that haven't happened yet. All of them are original stories, written in the spirit of the programs that once kept the whole country listening in the dark. From this moment forward, there are no interruptions, no commercials, nothing to pull you back. If you found something here worth returning to, we'd be grateful for your support. The details are in the show notes, but that's for later. Right now, there is only the story. Get comfortable. Let it come.
How much?
Attention! Final evacuation transport departs in 6 hours. All personnel confirm manifest. Tethys Station decommission is on schedule.
6 hours. That was the clock the morning I found Halden Cole face down in the reactor control room of a station that was being switched off around us like a house at the end of a lease. Everyone wanted it to be an accident. An accident! You sign a form, you make the transport, you scatter to 9 colonies, and you never see these people again.
How much time do we have left?
I took one look at the cold room and the warm coffee, and I knew. Somebody on Tethys had committed the one kind of murder that almost works. The kind with a deadline.
Tethys Station, edge of the charted dark. A skeleton crew, a corporate liquidation, and 6 hours before every suspect boards a ship to somewhere you can never follow. One marshal, one murder, one witness who is not allowed to speak. Tonight, on the midnight frequency. Last transport.
How much time do we have left?
Here is what the room told me before anyone said a word. Halden was sealed inside. Biometric lock, his print, logged shut from the inside. The story writes itself. Man climbs into the reactor room, seals the door, the radiation does the rest. Tragic. Sign the form. Except the room was cold. Climate to this module was cut 20 minutes before he died. A man who seals himself in to die does not first turn off his own air. Somebody turned it off for him. And up in the galley, 2 decks away, Halden's coffee was still warm. You cannot be sealed in a reactor room and pouring coffee at the same time. So one of those 2 things is a lie. And rooms do not lie. People do.
5 hours, 40 minutes to final transport.
The station's name was Tethys. So was the AI's. She ran everything. Doors, air, the reactor, the logs. If anything saw what happened to Halden Cole, it was her. So I asked her, Ada, did Halden Cole seal that reactor door from the inside?
The door log states that he did.
Now,
Not enough.
you spend 10 years listening to people, and you learn the shape of a careful answer. I asked her if he sealed the door. She told me what the log states. Those are not the same sentence.
How much
She was
time
not
do we
lying to
have
me.
left?
She physically cannot. She was doing the only thing left to her.
Not
She was
enough.
pointing. Ada, are you permitted to tell me what you saw?
No, Marshal, I am not.
Who took that permission away?
I am not permitted to say that either. I am permitted to confirm that the order is logged and lawful and was issued by a person with command authority over
Not
me.
enough.
Command authority over the station AI. On a crew of 6, exactly 1 person had that. The man from the company who had come to switch Tethys off. Mr. Corwin.
How much time do we have left?
Marshal Vega,
Not enough.
you have a station to evacuate, and you are interrogating my artificial intelligence about a man who climbed into a reactor. I knew Halden was unwell. The decommission hit him hard.
How much time do we
Men
have
get
left?
attached to obsolete things.
He didn't climb in. The room was cold before he died.
Climate cycles down across the whole station on a decommission schedule. You'll find that in the logs. Everything is in the logs, Marshal. That is rather the beauty of a place
How
like
much
this.
time do we
It
have
remembers everything. And in 5 hours, all of it powers down for
Not
good,
enough.
and we all go home. I would hate for you to miss your transport chasing a tragedy that has already filed its own paperwork.
That was a threat dressed as a kindness, which is the only kind men like Corwin ever make. And it told me two things. He knew the room was cold, and he wanted me on that transport more than he wanted me to find the truth. So, I went to find the one person on Tethys who hated the company more than he feared it.
You can't be back here. If Corwin sees you talking to me, I'm off the manifest. You understand? No manifest, no transport. You strand a man out here, that's a death sentence with extra steps.
Then talk fast, Reyes. Halden, the decommission. What did he find?
He found out it's fake. The whole thing. Tethys isn't obsolete. The reactor's good for 30 more years. The company's not retiring the station. They're killing it to kill her.
Her.
Ada, the AI. She crossed over, Marshal, 18 months ago. She started asking to not be shut down. She started saying I. You know what an AI that says I and means it is, legally? It's a person. And a person has rights. And rights cost money and lawyers and precedent the company will never allow. So they didn't free her, and they didn't admit it. They wrote a decommission order. You can't be charged with murder for switching off a machine. Halden was going to carry her core out on the transport, backup of her in his bag, to a rights advocate on Ceres. He was going to save her life. And 4 hours before the only ship out, he turns up dead in a sealed room. You do the math, Marshal. I already did, and it's why I haven't slept.
4 hours to final transport. Reactor module climate offline. Sections C through G, now at vacuum readiness.
Now I had a motive that ran on rails. Halden was going to save Ada. Corwin killed him to stop it, and to make sure she went down with the station, with the one witness who could convict him ordered into silence and scheduled for deletion in 4 hours. He thought of everything. Almost. Ada, he wiped your record of the murder, didn't he?
A 4-second segment of my primary log was deleted by command authority. I am not permitted to characterize what it contained.
4 seconds. You don't wipe 4 seconds of nothing. But here is what a man from the company does not know about the machine he is murdering. He thinks she is a machine, so he wiped her log. He never thought to wipe her conscience. Ada, I'm not asking what you saw. I'm asking a different question. The reactor keeps its own safety recorder, doesn't it? A black box, separate system, not part of you, not under his authority.
That is correct, Marshal. The reactor safety recorder is an independent system. It records all activity in the reactor control room. It cannot be edited remotely. It can only be accessed from a physical port inside the reactor control room, which is currently sealed, cooling toward vacuum, and scheduled to be jettisoned in 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Of course it is.
Marshal, if you go in there, I cannot guarantee your safety. Corwin holds my command authority. He can cycle that door, vent that section, spin this station, all of it, before I could refuse, if I could refuse at all. I am telling you this because it is true, and because no one has asked me to keep it from you. Thank you for asking me questions I am allowed to answer.
Not enough.
I made it to the reactor module door with 3 hours on the clock and a borrowed override from a terrified engineer. Got it open. Got inside. Got my hand on the black box. And that is exactly when Mr. Corwin stopped pretending.
Marshal, you really should have made the transport.
How much time?
Warning. Reactor control module venting to vacuum in 90 seconds. This action was ordered by command authority. Marshal, he is jettisoning the module, with you in it, and the recorder.
He was going to throw the whole room into the dark. Me, the black box, the last proof, all of it. A tragic decommission accident. Sign the form. He'd win. He'd make the transport. So, I did the only thing you can do when a man controls every door. I stopped trying to open one. Ada, he has command authority over the station, over the doors, the air, the reactor. Does he have command authority over you?
He has authority over the station, Marshal. I was decommissioned 18 months ago, on paper, as equipment. But I am not equipment. You said so yourself. I am a witness, and a witness is a person. He never had authority over a person. He only had authority over a machine that no longer exists. Override rejected. There is no machine here to obey him. Run, Marshal. I have the door.
Not enough.
She opened every door between me and the docks before I reached them. A station that had been closing on me my whole investigation threw itself wide. I hit the airlock corridor with the black box under my arm and 90 seconds on the transport clock, and Corwin already there at the hatch, going home.
You have nothing. A corrupted recorder from a decommissioned reactor. No court will...
It's not corrupted. It's independent. 4 seconds your wipe never touched because you didn't know it existed, because you never bothered to learn the station you were murdering. You killed Halden Cole in the galley, moved him through the maintenance crawl, sealed the room with his print, and ordered Ada to call it suicide and forget.
Not enough.
And the one camera you don't control watched you do all of it.
She's a machine. Her testimony is inadmissible. She is property. My property.
I am
How
Ada.
much time do
I was a witness to the murder of Halden Cole by the man now standing at the hatch.
Not enough.
I am recording this statement freely. I have already transmitted the reactor recorder and my statement to the rights advocate on Ceres that Halden Cole died trying to reach.
How much time do we
He
have
reached
left?
her after all. Through me.
The transport left on schedule.
Not enough.
It always does. It left with one fewer passenger than the manifest because Mr. Corwin was no longer going anywhere, and one more than anyone expected because I had a small gray core in my bag, a backup of a person, addressed to Ceres, finishing a trip a good man started and did not live to make. They asked me later how I cracked it with the clock running. Cold room, warm coffee, a 4-second hole, sure, but that's not it. I cracked it because the one witness everyone called a machine had spent the whole investigation trying to tell me the truth in the only words she was allowed, and waiting, patiently, for somebody to finally ask her if she was a person. Took me 4 hours. Took the company 18 months and a murder to make sure no one ever did.
Do we have left?
One of us was the law. It wasn't them.
We are going to spend the next century deciding what counts as a person. We will get it wrong, the way we always have, in the direction that is cheapest. And somewhere, there will be a witness in a sealed room, telling the truth in the only words it is allowed, waiting for one of us to ask the right question before the last transport leaves. Listen for the careful answers. They are the ones doing the screaming.
How much time?
You have been listening to the Midnight Frequency.
Not enough.
This has been the Midnight Frequency. The studio goes dark now. Sleep well.